one more major player in all of this that I haven't mentioned yet, and it's us. And I don't just mean the British, who are absolutely responsible for some of this. I'm talking about America, because this country has emphatically picked a side. In recent years, we've given Israel $3.8 billion a year in military aid. And you can make geopolitical arguments for why that is or isn't a valid thing to do, but it means we're heavily implicated in everything you've just seen. Just listen to Bassem Aramin, a Palestinian whose 10-year-old daughter was killed by an Israeli border guard in 2007.
My daughter had been killed with an American rubber bullet, unfortunately, from an American M16, unfortunately, from an American Jeep, American uniform, and the soldier have trained in America. So everything is American.
Right, everything is American, and I know that is hard to hear. But the fact is, made in America is something that we understandably love to brag about when it's slapped on things that we're proud of, but unfortunately, it's not just tractors, truck nuts, and Toby Keith songs. Sometimes it's stuff that's killing people. But it does seem to me personally that a ceasefire has to be the first step. That is something that people have been calling for all over the world, but it's something that world leaders have been reluctant to say. Just watch Justin Trudeau almost say it, and then correct himself.
We need to see a cease. We need to see a humanitarian pause so we can flow. We need to see ceasing of the levels of violence that we're seeing.
Wow! He stopped himself mid-word there. He literally ordered a ceasefire on the word ceasefire. There have been some maddening efforts to downplay the suffering in Gaza, like when Israel's ambassador to the UN said this last weekend.
There is no humanitarian crisis in Gaza. In coordination with the US and the UN, we allowed the number of trucks entering Gaza now with food and medicines to reach almost 100 trucks every day.
You've said this before, that there is no humanitarian crisis in Gaza. That's kind of an amazing statement, because there were humanitarian problems there before the war. And now, obviously, it has gotten bad. But take their numbers aside. It has gotten to the crisis point.
I'm not saying that the life in Gaza is great.
Oh, okay. But I'm not saying it's great is a severe understatement there. That is something you say when you're describing the band at a wedding or a sandwich from Panera Bread. It's not how you describe life in the middle of a fucking war zone, because those on the ground in Gaza will tell you it's absolutely a humanitarian crisis. Just watch this woman who works with Doctors Without Borders.
The worst humanitarian catastrophe I've experienced in my lifetime. You know, there's an acronym in the Gaza Strip right now. You know, I'm a pediatric intensive care doctor. I see a lot of suffering in my career. There's an acronym that is unique to the Gaza Strip, and it's WCNSF. Wounded child, no surviving family. Children, and it is used not infrequently in the last 3 weeks. Wounded child, no surviving family should not exist as an acronym.
She's right. I really don't have it in me to show you footage of people in agony tonight, but I do want you to see some kids in Gaza who've been displaced speak about what they've been going through.
وأنا مرض بالنعمة. الحاجة اللي زيك من الخوف هو
بنخاف على أرواحنا. أصير أنا إيش أرجف، عارف داي أرجف وداي يصيروا يرجعوني. من يصير تهدئة، إنه يصير هدنة وما يصابش أحد ثاني منا. نفسي نرجع نصير هدنة، نرجع على الدار على بيوتنا ونحرف ننام ونكيف. أنا هيك حابب.
Yeah, I'd really like them to be able to chill the fuck out too. Because kids should never be losing sleep due to the fear of war. They should be impossible to watch those kids and not feel shattered. There is a natural human impulse to protect children, to grab a toddler you don't know if you see them running into traffic. And if that impulse is broken or disincentivized by a government, there is absolutely a humanitarian crisis, no matter what any arsehole has to say about it.